welcome back to my YouTube channel. Actually, more of welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's been a while since I made a new video, so thank you for being here. It's 2021. Happy New Year. I hope everyone had a great celebration of Christmas and New Year. And that's exactly what I'm gonna talk to you about today. Also, gusto ko lang mag-Tagalog kasi na-miss ko siya. So, my topic for today is Christmas and the differences and similarities of Christmas here in the United States, in California in particular, in comparison to the Philippines. And I'm not here to say mas masaya sa Pilipinas, iba ang Pasko sa Pilipinas, but rather I'd like to talk about the differences and similarities in a good way. May pros and cons naman kahit sa anong bagay, and I think celebrating Christmas is really a matter of spending it with your loved ones, spending it with the people that matter to you the most. So whether you're in the Philippines or dito ka man sa United States or everywhere, anywhere abroad, that's okay. We make our own traditions. We decide on how we celebrate this important time of the year, especially for Filipino families. So let's start. So, number one, ano nga bang differences and similarities ng Pasko sa Pilipinas compared to our Christmas here? First is the length of celebration. So, sa Philippines, we start celebrating Christmas from September, yes, September, to January 1st or 2nd week. So, that's the Feast of the Three Kings. So, again, once the month ends in BER, that's your license, that's your cue that you can already start decorating, you can start playing Christmas carols, Christmas songs in the Philippines. But you can't do that here, unfortunately. As much as I want to, baka magmukha akong kuko lang dito because they celebrate Halloween and Thanksgiving muna before Christmas. So technically, the preparations and celebration for Christmas do not kick off until after Thanksgiving, which is end of November. So that means normally it's first week of December until end of December. So a month of celebration for Christmas. So that's a difference. In the Philippines, 3 months. Here, 1 month lang. They don't celebrate it early here, but they also have Halloween, they also have Thanksgiving, and back home, hindi siya ganun ka much celebrated as much as dito. Secondly, Christmas cards. I mean, Christmas cards through snail mail. It's still very common here. Actually, super favorite ko siya kasi mahilig ako sa anything that's written personally. I feel like sobrang nakaka-touch pa din if people actually send you something that's handwritten, alam mo na may effort, alam mo na may personal touch. And I really like that tradition, and it's something that's still very much alive here in the United States. In fact, we probably received 25 cards from families and friends. And what's nice about that is they also put sometimes bullets or sometimes may letters siya nakasama, which highlights like all the big things that happened in their family. So whether that's a new baby, a graduation, somebody get married, things like that. They will put it in the Christmas cards, sort of like a year-end update of what happened to their family. And that's really a nice thing. In fact, I joined the bandwagon. Again, it's something that I personally like. I like letters. Husband. I did our Christmas cards twice in a row now, and it's really, really nice to be able to do that tradition, which I can't really do na sa Pilipinas kasi wala na rin talagang masyadong gumagamit ng snail mail. Number 3, Christmas trees. Obviously, Christmas trees or pine trees or spruce trees, they're not native to the Philippines, so our Christmas trees are really made of artificial materials, so plastic. And as much as I like decorating them, I grew up with them, I love them, it's also nice na here we get to enjoy a real Christmas tree. And the main difference for me really is the scent, as in mabango siya. The whole living room smells like Christmas tree, smells like pine trees, and that reminds you of Christmas every day all day. You can even go into like designated areas where you can cut your own tree. And that's something I haven't done personally, but I would imagine that's a fun activity, especially for families na merong kids. That will be really fun for the kids. Memorable to do that because you get to pick your tree, you get to cut your tree, and then put it in your living room and enjoy that for the rest of December. So that's something that we don't really do in the Philippines. But I heard that SNR, that's one of the club membership places, just like Costco here, back in the Philippines, they actually sell live Christmas trees now. So that's good. That's an option. Aside from Christmas tree, we also have this Filipino Christmas lantern in the shape of a star, which we call the parol. And it's traditionally made of bamboo sticks covered with Japanese paper. But nowadays, it's made with more sturdy materials like kapis. Kapis is a shell. We actually have one on our porch, and we're the only one in the whole street, in the whole neighborhood that has that. And it's really a head turner. I've seen people pass by and, tinuturo talaga nila because it's really something unique and something very beautiful to see when you pass by, especially at night because, kumukuti-kutita, it's sparkling. I'm very fortunate. I live in California. There's a big Filipino population here, so it's easy to get something like that. My mother-in-law actually bought that for us as a gift. I also found out that in San Francisco, they actually have the Parol Festival or the Lantern Festival every December, where they parade with different lanterns and you can actually join workshops on how to make your own parol. Unfortunately, we have COVID last year, so, well, until now, but even during COVID, they did some online workshops so that you can make your own parol. Again, this is something that kids can have fun with, making their own parol, and it's a Filipino tradition that's passed on from generations to generations, and nice lang siya to see na it's still very much alive, whether in the Philippines or here in the United States. Number 4, Misa de Gallo or Simbang Gabi. So this is very much rooted in the Filipino and Catholic tradition. This is the masses in the mornings, 9 days before Christmas. Super early. I think this is like 4:30 to 5 a.m. I haven't attended Misa de Gallo in a long time, but I fondly remember attending Misa de Gallo, trying my best to stay awake throughout the Mass, because they said that if you complete all 9 Simbang Gabi, your wish will come true. And whether you complete it or not, just having that experience is something that's memorable for a lot of Filipino families. After Simbang Gabi, we actually go to like little huts. I'm from Las Piñas, so we have little huts that sell Filipino rice cakes, especially puto bongbong. Puto bongbong is the purple rice cake that they cook in bamboo. That's something that I miss so much. That always reminds me of Christmas. Lumalabas lang siya every Christmas. So that's one of the nice things too after Simbang Gabi. And last but not the least, of course, malilimutan ba natin? Food. Ano nga bang differences ng food na pang Pasko between sa Pilipinas and here in the U.S.? Well, there's one common thing. Sobrang daming food anywhere during Christmas. This is really a time for celebration. In the Philippines, the traditional food that we have are normally Christmas ham, the more traditional dishes like kare-kare, murkon, mechado. I miss my lola's cooking a lot. She used to make this embutido, which is a type of meatloaf, a Filipino meatloaf basically. And we have that every Christmas. And aside from that, of course, we love sweets as well. So yung mga Pinoy kakanin, rice cakes, different rice cakes, ube halaya, which is the purple yam, leche flan, of course, and fruit salad, buko salad especially, that's my favorite. So it's just a mix of fruits and coconut meat, and then tossed in cream and condensed milk. It's so good. It's something that I haven't done here. It's not very common to find buko or coconut during this time. So food here is a little bit different. American traditional food are mostly, turkey, ham. We actually had prime rib steak that my husband cooked for Christmas Eve dinner here. So that's the difference. Just the type of food. American families also like having pies during celebrations. So for Thanksgiving, they have pumpkin pie. For Christmas, we normally have different fruit pies. My family here loves Marionberry pie. We have cherry pies. Those are the differences in terms of desserts. So kakanin versus pies and cheesecakes. But ultimately, we both celebrate Christmas with a lot of food, a lot of sweets, and of course, a lot of time with the family and friends. Because honestly, for me, Christmas or any celebration for that matter is more than just the traditions, more than just the food, and more than just the gifts. It's really more of who are you spending it with. If you're in the company of your family, your loved ones, even your friends. A lot of my friends actually who reside abroad were not able to go home for the holidays, and that's sad, but it's comforting to know that everywhere, anywhere you are, you will find someone, you will find friends who share the same spirit of Christmas with you. So yeah, I hope your 2021 is starting out good. Mine is. I hope everyone's trying to remain healthy and strong, not just physically, but also emotionally and mentally. And we'll definitely get through this. Cheers to 2021 and cheers to more videos and more chikahan to come here in 8600 Miles. Till next time.